updated, brand new. What update does it need? What the hell?
You gotta update the helmets.
What does that mean?
Means you gotta
What does that mean for me?
Means-
Every month you gotta pick my helmet up?
Means and do maintenance on it.
Ah!
Yes. Yes, I have to pick up your helmet and do it.
Does that come with the payment plan?
That does not come with the payment.
Ah! So here we are.
Here we are. And for those of you that follow me on Instagram, by the way, I am Matt, this is Motorworks, and I have Fox with me again.
Hello, folks.
So you could call it Fox and Friends or not.
Friends with a fox.
Friends with a Fox, I gotcha. But we're talking about the struggles with a full face helmet. Now, ever since I've started at the motorcycle safety program, I've known Fox, and in all those years, he's been very, how do you want to say it?
Well, I fully am aware that a full face helmet is the most protective thing I could wear.
Yes.
I just can't get over the fact that it has, for me, issues that I don't like. And I know everyone argues with me that I can hear good in a full face, but then I put the full face helmet on, and guess what? I can't hear. So I think I would know if I can hear better or not hear better with a full face helmet. I can't.
And I think that he's crazy, and it blocks out a lot of wind noise, which I've had half helmets on, 3/4 helmets on, and I can't hear at all because there's so much white noise going on.
And so with my full face helmet, and when I'm wearing it, I can hear wind noise, but I can't hear my radio speakers.
Well,
Why can't I hear my radio speakers?
maybe your radio's not loud enough.
Everyone else seems to think it's loud enough when they're looking at me funny, sir.
So anyway, we are going to talk about this sweet product from Sena. It's a smart motorcycle helmet, and to kind of try and give you guys an idea of how it works, I'm going to have Chris put on a full face helmet, and he'll demonstrate kind of what he can and cannot hear with a full face helmet on. So there's a full face helmet.
And I will be fully honest.
All right, Chris, so with your visor down, I'm going to see if you can repeat after me. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. Visor down.
I won't look at you.
All right. Say the number 2.
I think you said 2.
All right, so you did hear that. That's good. That's good. Say the number 17.
Say that again.
17.
7?
Good. All right. This is like a hearing test now.
What?
All right. You can take the helmet off now, Chris. Off. Helmet off. Alrighty, so clearly he can't hear. Now I was, to be fair, I was kind of whispering there, but it
Also, to be fair, I was on tanks in the military, and I really can't hear well.
Well, we both can't hear well.
Huh?
Exactly. Yeah, we both can't hear well when it comes to actually hearing noises, because I refuse to go to the ear doctor, and as he said, he was on tanks and around loud stuff his whole life without hearing protection. So we actually got to test these helmets out, so this is not a blind test, and we did get to experience what these helmets can do. So we are going to unbox them now and go over what comes in the box, some of the features, and then I'm going to do that hearing test again so you can see the difference that these helmets actually make. It's actually pretty interesting, pretty amazing, to be honest with you. So this is your helmet, Foxy.
Yay. I have not opened my helmet yet, but Matt tells me he has it all ready to go for me.
I opened this helmet and have done some updating to it. Yes, that is the one drawback to this helmet that I feel it could get a little bit, I don't know what the right word would be. It could be a little frustrating, but inside the box you'll see it comes with pin locks, and those pin lock adapters are already on the shield, so that is an added benefit to this helmet. And what these pin locks can do is a range of things. They have transition lenses that you can attach to them. This lens is actually a fog resistant lens, so I'm anxious to see how this works on like a misty day when you're riding. I'll do more of an in-depth review in terms of that, but we both got white. I mean, there's pretty much, you can get a white helmet or you can get a matte black helmet. Those are the only two colors that these come in. And this is the Sena Pro INC. Now the INC is really the reason why Chris and myself bought this helmet, is because of what the INC stands for. Now it stands for Intelligent Noise Control. Now the Sena Pro without INC has a form of noise canceling, and it works. But this has kind of a level above that, and let me get out the instructions and kind of go over what the INC actually does. Manual, it has a bunch of different languages. We'll start with English because that's the one I understand. So,
Me too.
me too. All right. So that has just a quick start guide. Goes over the facts about the helmet, how to pair it. This is a Bluetooth helmet, so you can hook this up to your phone. Both the camera as well as the headsets are connected via Bluetooth on the helmet, and that's where I had to update his helmet, because when I got this helmet, at least, it would not pair with my phone because it said the helmet needed to be updated. Now I could get everything to work through the phone, but I couldn't use the Sena app to actually control any of the functions on the helmet. So I did have to update both of these helmets in order to actually get the functionality out of the app. So it might be something that you have to look into, but it definitely doesn't hurt to do that update. Now, to go over the specifics of this helmet, and really the main reason why I like the helmet is because I wanted something that I could do minor moto vlogging on. I do plan on doing some motorcycle reviews, and you know, I wanted a helmet that I could do that with, and I was looking at the options out there, and it looks like you can get, you know, that you can do the typical GoPro setup where you attach your GoPro to your helmet, but then you need some type of recording device in addition to this GoPro. Sena also has an all-in-one camera with headphones that you have to hook onto the helmet and then run the speakers inside the helmet, and on some helmets you have to actually cut into those protective liners. So that was a route I didn't really want to go. And then I saw this helmet, and it has everything integrated in it. Now the camera is either 1080, 30 or 60 frames per second, or it's also a 1440 camera at 30 frames per second, which, as you can see, my friend is already confused as to what I'm saying. So basically it's just a high definition camera. It's not 4K, so it's not going to be super high definition, and I don't believe it's going to be as stable as what a GoPro would be, but I think overall it's going to give good quality. I will take this out, I'll ride your bike, and we'll see what the quality is. I was told that you can actually use the headsets that come in this with the intercom, and it'll actually record your sound while you're recording video so that you can have audio during your playback. So I am going to try that out. I am going to see what that's like. But here's the helmet, and I'm going to show you the really cool feature about this helmet, because Chris is going to put his on and we're going to get it powered up. Alright, so to power it up, Foxy, is really simple. On the left side of the helmet here, you just want to push this middle button and the up button at the same time. Just tap it.
Oh,
and then you get a little light comes on.
Yes,
now
sir.
inside the helmet, if you have the helmet on, it will actually say hello.
What?
So the speakers inside will let you know what you're doing when you're pushing buttons on the helmet, and it goes over all that in that quick start guide. So you just push and hold the button for a standard amount of time, and it'll do different features. So you have intercom, you have your camera, you have FM radio, you have that Bluetooth connectivity. All that stuff will tell you what you're doing inside the helmet.
I can't hear nothing yet.
Alright, so now that he has the helmet on, it actually is acting just like a full face helmet. So if I say 17. Chris can't hear me.
What?
All right, so he's pretty much deaf at this point with this full face helmet on. So he said this helmet wouldn't work for him.
I can hear less in this one than I could in the other one.
So maybe we should have done the test with that one on. But that's where the really cool part about this helmet comes in, because it actually has a button here, and I'm going to make sure that I get this correct when I say this. But this button here is called the Ambient Mode button. Now on the side of the helmet, you'll look and you'll see two spots where little microphones are on the side of the helmet. All right. Now when I push this Ambient Mode button, it will tell you inside the helmet that it's on. So let me know when it's on.
It said it's on.
Now Chris can hear what I'm
Oh
saying.
my God.
Now Chris can actually hear what I'm saying, and I hope that I can actually demonstrate that by doing this. So if I do this, 17.
17.
Chris can hear exactly
I
what I'm
can
saying.
hear you perfectly.
Chris is a
I hear-
butthead.
Oh my goodness. Listen, I can't see anymore, but I can hear. I can hear everything. Like, it's
So-
unbelievable.
So that, I mean, literally this helmet is like putting on a set of
What do they call it?
what do they call it? Hearing aids. Yes, it's basically a hearing aid helmet. You can hear everything that's going on around you. Now, the only drawback is if you leave that on when you're going down the road, noises are going to be very loud. So you always want to make sure you turn that off when you're riding. But when you pull up to a stop, Chris can hear everything I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
I can talk this way,
I
and
can
Chris knows what I'm saying.
He said I can talk this way and I can hear him. I can hear everything.
Everything. Did you hear that pin drop?
No.
I'm going to drop this pen. Let me know when I drop
Listen,
it.
I
Hold
hear
on.
so good with this helmet. I heard the pin didn't drop.
That's right. Hold on, I'm going to drop this marker. Let's see if he can tell when it hits the ground.
Now.
What? It's amazing. These helmets are amazing.
Listen, folks, I can't convey how well I can hear with this helmet on.
So, now that's the ambient noise. That's when you pull up to a stoplight and you want to talk back and forth. That's if, let's say, I don't have one of these helmets with the intercom on. I can actually talk to Chris and he can hear me without taking the helmet off, without flipping his shield up. So that's really impressive that this helmet has that function. But when you're going down the road, oh, you can take your helmet off.
It also, though, I want to say, I have a really good view. You know what I mean? It has a really good face shield on, so I can have my peripheral vision. I can see from one side to the other compared to some of the full face helmets I wore before.
Okay.
So I like the view that it has too. Very clear and good.
So
I
that's
don't want to
added.
take it off. I can hear.
You can hear me better now with the helmet on than with it off.
It's amazing.
All right. So that's the really cool function of the helmet, is that you can hear better with the helmet on than you can with it off. Now I tried this with my wife, and she thinks I'm crazy because she's got supersonic hearing,
So does my wife.
and she can't really tell the difference. But for us deaf guys, this is an amazing feature. The only thing that would make this better is if it would have a speaker on the helmet to amplify your voice when you talk.
I'd probably never take it off.
Especially with Corona going around, this
Right.
is probably the safest way to be at this point.
But at home, if I wear this, I will be able to hear my wife, and she'll never have to hit me again. And if she does hit me,
You'll have your helmet
it'll
on.
be on camera.
I didn't think about it that
Yeah,
way.
I got evidence.
Now, in addition to that ambient noise mode button, it does have the intelligent noise control. And to just describe how that works, if you've ever ridden and wind noise, for some of you that don't know, it can be very fatiguing. As a matter of fact, they have done studies that show people that wear earplugs are far less fatigued than people that don't wear earplugs. And it's simply because they hear that white noise. And when your brain hears anything, it tries to figure out what that sound is, where it's coming from. It tries to figure that stuff out. So blocking out that white noise gives you a clearer head, and you're far less fatigued after wearing earplugs. This having intelligent noise control, again, it has those speakers on the outside or those microphones on the outside. It can pick up that white noise and it can decipher between wind rushing around your helmet versus things like sirens, higher frequency items, and it can funnel the higher frequency items in and flush out the lower frequency drones that are on the road. So this helmet is actually also going to replace earplugs, the need for earplugs. So that's a really cool feature that this helmet has, and it's why if you're going to get it, I recommend getting the INC. Maybe you don't have to get the one with the camera on it. They do have a lesser model that doesn't have the camera on it. But I definitely recommend getting that INC with the ambient noise control as well as the intelligent noise canceling function as well. But the next thing I'm going to do is just take it on the road and test it out there. So you guys can check that out, and then we'll come right back here. I don't know if you can actually hear me inside this helmet, but it says that you should be able to, so I'm just going to talk to you as if you can hear me. I'm going to go ride your hog now. So we're going to see how this thing goes. My main thing then is camera placement, where it's placed on the helmet, if it's going to get a good view of everything. Right off the bat, I don't really have a lot of wind noise. I hear a lot of the bike, but I don't hear a lot of that wind noise that you would hear. This helmet, it is a pretty heavy helmet, so I do feel the weight of the helmet, but not crazy heavy, but there is some weight to it. But noise-wise, it's not that loud inside the helmet. I can hear the exhaust on the bike, but I'm not getting a lot of that wind noise inside the helmet. Give us the horn, Jim! Yeah! Oh. Alrighty, so the audio was a little bit off in that video, and it's just something I think I have to adjust in terms of the volume that the microphone picks up, because it was a little bit off audio quality wise. So I'm gonna have to figure out what that's all about. The video itself, though, I mean, looks really clear. I mean, Chris saw the video, and it looks really clear. Now, I did record it in 1440 at 30 frames, so it probably looks a little choppy at speed. So I'd recommend, if you're doing any type of vlogging, to stick with that 1080 at 60 frames per second, because it's going to be a much clearer picture. It'll get more snapshots basically as you're riding.
How about like on the way back and forth to work, just for traffic purposes if in case you were in an accident or something, what would you put it on?
It does have a looping function, so it'll just play on a loop.
Okay.
But you can just turn it on, and you can hit the record button, start off on your ride, and you got your camera on all the time. Now, it can go up to a 64 gigabyte memory card.
Okay.
So that's at least an hour of record time. And from what I've seen, as far as other reviews go, this can stay on and working for 5, maybe 10 hours. Now, my only concern that's ever been with anything that has a lithium battery in it, which this does, because it is heavy, and it is one thing I noticed, that it is a little heavy on the head. I'm coming from a Shoei style helmet, which Shoeis are pretty light, especially the newer ones are made out of lighter materials. This is a little heavy, and it does have a battery in it. And I don't know if you've ever seen the videos of people's phones exploding in their pockets. It's the only thing that has me a little hesitant, but I have a feeling they've done the research, and I don't think your helmet's going to catch on fire, but it is something that I will be weary of. All right, so the next thing I want to do, and especially with my computer illiterate friend over here, is I want to show you guys how you hook your phone up to the helmet. And it's pretty simple. The actual instructions here are pretty difficult to follow, so I'll just explain how to do it. All right, so with your helmet on, which yours is on, what you want to do is first you want to hook your phone up to your Bluetooth. So go into your settings on your phone, go into the Bluetooth
Settings.
Go under Bluetooth, and then what you want to do is you want to take your helmet. You set your phone down now.
Okay.
Take your helmet and push on the left side of the helmet, push the volume up and middle button simultaneously and just hold it. Now you're going to hold it until the little light on there turns a solid red.
It was.
Well, it was blinking, so hold it. So this is where it gets tricky. You want to hold it long enough to where that light goes solid. Oh, wait a second. I'm an idiot.
Why?
Let's see why a second. I did it wrong. Alright, so just push the middle button and hold it.
Alright. Blink, 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 and now it's blinking blue.
Alright, wait till it goes solid red.
Oh, now it's blinking fast red. And now it went solid blue.
Alright, now let it go.
Uh-huh.
Now push the up button. And you see how it goes between blue and red?
Mm-hmm.
Now it's discoverable.
So I go to my settings.
And it'll pop up on your settings. Give it a second.
There it is.
There it is. Momentum version 1.01. It's hooked up.
As you can see, momentum, and it's connected.
So as long as I'm not a goober,
I should be able to play my music in there.
So you can play your music in there, but the cool thing here is I want to try something.
Okay.
So now you have yours connected. Go ahead and put yours on.
Okay.
There we go. Alright, so what you need to do is push and hold this side button for 8 seconds till it says Intercom pairing. Is it Intercom pairing?
Oh.
Oh, I think.
Oh, there you are.
I think I got it.
I got you.
I got you.
Let's take a look up here at Charleston.
I can hear you over here.
This is beautiful.
This is amazing.
I can even hear you better with both our helmets on.
That's what I'm saying, Mike. We'll just wear our helmets everywhere.
Oh my goodness, I'll hear you all the time.
I'll just hear you over at my station, just wearing our helmets.
Testing, 1, 2.
Check, 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 check.
I think that this helmet will also protect us from the coronavirus.
I think this helmet could protect us from the coronavirus.
Just go like this. Are you sneezing?
What? I blocked you. I'm going to listen to music too.
Everybody but me. but me.
I got some Jack Johnson on because I'm listening to Pandora.
Oh, I like how it like quiets it down.
Oh,
But
brings it right in.
I can hear you, but I can also hear your background music.
Just a little bit. It's like an elevator.
This is amazing.
This is technology.
Listen, folks, I am not a tech guy, but this is a fantastic helmet.
I love this helmet.
It's probably not even on, is it?
No, it's on. We're talking to the camera. I don't think they can hear us.
I can't see.
I can talk to you, but I don't think they can hear us. There's an amazing conversation going on, but I don't think you guys can hear what we're talking about.
And also, no one can read our lips.
That's true. That's true. They
We
can't
could be
decipher.
saying anything.
Yeah. This could work. Nobody will know what we're saying.
Doesn't matter. Fuck everybody but me.
That's right. Oh. All right, I can bleep it out.
Oh my god, that's awesome. So now what do I do?
Just push for a couple seconds.
These?
Yep. And then it'll go off. And now it's off. That's what I was having you do before when I was screwing up. I was having you turn it off.
Oh, well, it was working.
So, I mean, in conclusion, if you guys want to know anything else about these helmets, if you made it this far in the video, thank you for sticking it out with us goofballs. But if there's any more info you want to know about these helmets, feel free to ask questions in the comments below. I don't know how they're going to last longevity-wise, but right now, out of the box, my head's not hurting. Like, it's a comfortable helmet to wear just sitting here with it on. I literally could probably wear that helmet all day.
Yeah, for sure.
And the fact that we can hear or talk to one another with the helmet on is awesome. Now, the cool thing about this intercom system, what I was reading, and this is special to the INC, you can have a conversation with somebody that's paired to you for up to a mile.
Wow.
Between riders. So if you find, on the road you're riding and somebody falls back and they're at least a mile behind you, you can't hear them on the intercom anymore. The cool thing is you can call them on the phone, and as long as they have their phone hooked up, they'll still be able to talk to you a mile away. But in addition to these being able to communicate a mile apart, they can actually piggyback off of one another. So he could be a mile away from me. The guy behind him could be a mile away. You could be up to, I think you can pair up to 8 helmets with this. And they could be literally up to 8 miles away, because this will bounce the signal off of each helmet. So that's an added benefit to that. So if somebody does get pretty far behind, at least the lead rider can communicate with the end rider and know if to slow down his ride or stop for a period of time so everybody can catch up. Or if somebody does go down, that end rider could say, hey, we got a problem, come back and get us. So that's actually a really cool feature. But the vlogging side of it, or moto vlogging, I got to figure that out. So I'm probably going to do some rides here coming up and see if I can't get that intercom figured out. But really cool helmet. If you're in the market for a helmet and you want to record your rides, or you just want to listen to music.
If you just want to hear.
If you just want to hear better. Yeah. This helmet is definitely worth it for sure. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. Kind of threw this one together. Hopefully you like this helmet. I know I do. I know Chris definitely was sold on it. That's why we bought them.
I'd say if you have a chance to go try one, at least go try it. Because you have to experience it. It's amazing.
For sure. And again, like I said, you don't have to try the one on with the camera on top. They do make the INC without the camera. So if they don't have that in stock, you still have the option to check out that ambient noise feature, which is a really cool feature. But that's going to do it for this one. Do you have anything else?
Nope. Hey, if you didn't hit that smash button to subscribe for Matt's Motorworks, make sure you do it.
And on that note...